Shadow beings, spooky orbs, and werewolves. Get in here. This is a crazy story out of Skinwalker Ranch. This is Cosmic Road, where I discuss UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe. If you do subscribe, please hit the bell next to it to be notified of future videos. And as I'm going through the story, please comment below and let me know what you think. Anyway, so I've been reading Skinwalkers at the Pentagon, which was recommended to me by Sean Patrick Hazlett at Through the Glass Darkly. Go check out his awesome channel. He also talks about UFOs, etc. And so I've been diving into this book, and whoa, boom! Chapter 1 has this crazy story, and I've got to tell you about it. This is from the early days of the government involvement in Skinwalker Ranch, when Jonathan Axelrod and two other guys, government guys, are on the property and investigating the anomalous activity there. By the way, before I get any further, I have to comment on the interesting name Axelrod, because that was the name that Ingo Swann gave the government official that approached him. And that's a really interesting story that I advise you seek out. I love Ingo Swann, and that particular tale is really fascinating. But yeah, I assume that Ingo Swann gave the name Axelrod as a pseudonym. That wasn't probably not his real name, but it is awfully interesting that there's, two Axelrods in this secret government paranormal stuff. Anyway, just thought I'd put that out there. I don't think there's actually a connection, but it's intriguing. Anyway, so this guy, Jonathan Axelrod, and these two other guys are going out on Skinwalker Ranch, and all of a sudden, the temperature drops 20 degrees. 20 degrees. They go forward, and it gets cold, 20 degrees. They go back to where they had been. The temperature increases 20 degrees. They go forward again, and they repeat this several times, and it appears there's some sort of invisible barrier beyond which the temperature immediately drops 20 degrees. So they're a little bit unnerved, but they go forward, and they see this weird orb-like object that is radiating malice. They all get so freaked out that they think if they approach it, they're going to die. It is unclear from the narrative if they are observing this visually through through the visual spectrum, or only through night vision lenses. At any rate, they retreat and live to fight another day. That is a really interesting encounter that I have never heard before. So I'm so glad that I'm reading this book. Thank you, Sean, for recommending that. But the story doesn't end there. The story's only just getting interesting. Because Axelrod goes home to his wife and kids, and stuff starts to happen at his home. That's right, he gets what we call a hitchhiker, but he gets a particularly interesting hitchhiker. Multiple hitchhikers, multiple phenomena. First of all, his wife starts seeing shadow beings. Shadow beings around the house. And doing ghost hunting, I've seen shadow beings on security footage, but I've never seen one with my naked eye, and I can't imagine just seeing one at the foot of my bed looming over me, or just walking around the house doing whatever it is that shadow beings do. I wish I knew. Are they alien? Are they spiritual? Are they some other dimensional entity? What is up with the shadow beings? And how are these specific shadow beings linked with Skinwalker Ranch? Because clearly they are. Now, shadow beings, in my experience, are related to hauntings. So is this a haunting type of activity? Okay, but things aren't over yet. Because then they start seeing a werewolf. That's right. They start seeing this tall, wolf-like being that stands on two legs. Multiple people in the family see this. They see it on multiple occasions. They see it running, so they see it moving off. They see it in motion. So it's not just standing still like some statue or something, like some something that could be hoaxed, for example. And creepiest of all, it stares at the wife malevolently. I can't say that. Malevolently. It stares at the wife malevolently, with evil in its expression, if it can be said to have an expression. So she gets this sense of malice and evil off of it that seems similar to the feelings that Axelrod and the other two gentlemen perceived from the weird orb thing they saw at the ranch. But speaking of orbs, they also encounter blue orbs floating around the house. So that's three phenomena. We got shadow beings, blue orbs, and a werewolf, or a skinwalker if you want, or a dogman, whatever it was. Now, these blue orbs are interesting because Jim Semivan talks about the blue orbs and about how they are deadly and dangerous. And indeed, that does seem to be true. There are multiple encounters with these blue orbs that have, killed people's pets, for example. Not directly, but given them cancer or something. And so it has health consequences for people interacting with these blue orbs, although it's unclear if that is deliberate or not, because surely if the phenomenon wanted to kill you, the werewolf that it manifests, or whatever it is, could simply come and kill you. So I think just being in proximity to the phenomenon, or certain phenomena or aspects of phenomena, can be harmful to your health. But of course, there are many orbs out there, and many orbs seem beneficial to people. It's just specifically these blue orbs that seem dangerous to people. And, in the comments below, if you know of positive examples of blue orbs, please let me know. And if you know of, harmful encounters with orbs of different colors or aspects, I would also love to know that too. So all in all, a fascinating story of the hitchhiker phenomenon associated with Skinwalker Ranch. Not all of the hitchhiker phenomenon is deadly or scary or sinister. Travis Taylor reports that one wonderful encounter or situation where the hitchhiker had latched onto him, and he was having various phenomena around his house and his family. And one time he was in the car with his daughter, and his butt warmer wouldn't work. Eventually at a certain point they traded places, and she was driving, and the butt warmer on the driver's side started to work. But the butt warmer on his side, now the passenger side that had been working fine, stopped working. So clearly that was the hitchhiker having a little fun. To me, that clearly denotes a sense of humor, which is encouraging, and it was a sense of humor that didn't really hurt anybody except for Travis's butt. So a benign sense of humor, a playful, sensibility isn't necessarily a bad thing. So there are at least some positive aspects to what's going on at Skinwalker Ranch, or at least not 100% malicious and evil, at least not blatantly so. Because you could always say that even a villain could have a nice sense of humor without actually killing anybody at that moment. I'm sure Dracula loved playing pranks on people. Anyway, a fascinating story. I'm going to keep reading this book and reporting what I find to you. But I encourage you to go pick up a copy. It's Skinwalkers at the Pentagon. And it's really good, and highly recommend it. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. That would be awesome. Also, please hit like. Please subscribe. If you do hit subscribe, please hit the bell next to it to be notified of future videos. That'd be great. Please share on social media and click on my social media buttons below. I've got Facebook and Twitter now. I'm trying to expand my reach, so please subscribe to me on social media. And of course, there is a PayPal button below if you wanted to support the channel. In the comment section below, I'm really curious to hear what you have to say about orbs, shadow beings, and dogmen / werewolves, skinwalkers, whatever they are. I love werewolves. Werewolves are some of my favorite monsters, but I don't know if I would want one to show up at my door. So let me know what you think. Until next time, Cosmic Road out.